Hi, I am Vijani. Now I am going to demonstrate my project. So the project is sentiment analysis of US airline Twitter data using Apache Spark. So first let's see what is sentiment analysis. As you all know, sentiment analysis is the process of detecting positive or negative sentiment in the text. So since the customers express their thoughts and feelings more openly, sentiment analysis is becoming an essential tool to monitor and understand that sentiment. So, automatically analyzing customer feedback, for an example, such as opinions in survey responses and social media comments. So, this allows brands to learn, businesses to learn what makes customers happy or frustrated. So, they can easily tailor products and services to meet their customers' needs. So, for an example, how sentiment analysis is here you can see two comments on social media. It is about airlines. One person is saying, "Do not fly United with checked baggage; it will never find you." So it can be taken as negative sentiment after analyzing. Then, "Thank you so much" can be positive sentiment. So now let's see what is Apache Spark, which is used in this project. So it is an open source unified analytics engine for large scale data processing. Spark basically provides an interface for programming entire clusters with implicit data parallelism and fault tolerance. So in this project I have used data frames. So data frame is one of the Apache Spark's APIs. So it is distributed collection of data organized in rows and columns, kind of a table. So this is for large dataset processing. So here how data frames and operations are used in this project. So I will explain the steps. First, read the CSV file as a data frame. So this is the command for that. Select related data out of the data set, data frame that is created. So it is filtering out the data we want to process. Then pre-processing data in the data frame according to the requirements. So we have to pre-process the data in order to use it for sentiment analysis, and also casting into column data type. Then dividing data as training and testing data. So you can use random split command for that. Here I have used it. Count data in each data frame. So if you want to count and check whether how many records in that, so you can simply use count command. I have used to test. So then preparing training data. Separate tweets into words using tokenizer. So this is how to prepare the training data to train the model. Then removing stop words. Then converting words feature into numerical feature. So this is implemented in hashingtf function. So you can see how it is implemented in my code. Train our classifier, train the classifier model using the training data. Here I have used logistic regression. Then preparing testing data, predict text data, and calculate the accuracy of the model in each step. So I can see what is the data frame. To show the data frame, so I have used show command. Then also to print the structure of the data frame, what are the data types and what are the available columns. So I have used print schema command. So this is basically how I have used data frame in my project. So now let's see the basic block diagram of the system that I have developed. First, I have taken the data set from Kaggle, so which is a Twitter data set about US Airlines. Then it is going through a pre-processing step, and then it is coming under sentiment analysis using PySpark to check whether it is positive or negative. Then I have that trained model. So then I am using that trained model. I have created a web application, simple web application, so customers can give their comments about airlines. So it will be a public comment. So through the system, that comment is checked for positive or negative. So if it is a positive comment, it will be displayed in the comment list in that public website. If the user's comment is negative, it will be removed from the system. It is not accepted. So the comments are going through this trained model, and it will be approved or rejected. So this is the system. So here I have used PySpark for sentiment analysis. So these are the tools, technologies and resources I have used in this project. So I have used Apache Spark, PySpark API, Python 3, J2EE to develop the web application, then the Apache NetBeans IDE, then Spider IDE. In the initial steps I have used this IDE. Then I have taken the dataset from Kaggle, which is Twitter US Airline Sentiment. That is the dataset I have used. So after pre-processing, I have 11,500 data records. So in this right side you can see the structure of my project, the folder structure of my project. These are some of the screenshots in my web application. So now let's see the demo. You can access my source code in this GitHub link. First, let's take a look at the source code. So this is my project. So this page is the JSP page is for the web application, the front end. Then this is the servlet I have implemented. Then this is the class for users comments to pass it through objects. So this is the Python code which is used PySpark. So now I will explain this code. So I will open it using Notepad here. So this part is to have PySpark in this IDE to access it through the IDE. So this is to import modules and create Spark session from this code. Then reading the data file into data frame. So I forgot to mention about my data set that I have taken from Kaggle. So this file, the CSV file, is about US airline tweets. So this is the data file that I'm using. So I have included that data file here, this one. Okay, now let's go back to the Python code. So this code will read the data file, the CSV file, into Spark data frames. So this is to read the file as this data frame. So I have used read command here. So this is the location of the CSV file, and I'm filtering out the not null records of this data frame into another new data frame in order to pre-process it. So here I'm taking only text and airline sentiment columns into another data frame. So this is then going to pre-process. So here in this original dataset it was mentioned the sentiment as positive and negative, so I have replaced them using 1 and 0, and also here I have changed the uh, data types of some columns in order to pre-process the data set. So here filtering out the required data into a new data frame. So here then I'm going to divide the data into training and testing data. So here I have used random split, then taking into a new data frame. So here I have uh, two training data and testing data. These are the data frames. Then I can check whether how many records in each. I have used count command here. Then preparing training data. So how to do that? Separating sentiment text column into individual words using tokenizer. So this command is to do that. So these commented lines I used to test whether it is working, to print schema and check whether the structure of that data frame, so like that. And to print the content of that data frame I have used this show command. So then after tokenizing, then removing stop words, so I have used this stop word remover command. Then converting words feature into numerical feature. So here in I have used #tf function to do that. So this command mentioned how I have used that #tf, and I have transformed it. So here train the classifier model using training data. So I have used logistic regression to do that. Then the test training part is done. Then preparing testing data. So this is how it is done. Prepare the predicting testing data and calculate the accuracy of the model. So in this code, so I have calculated the accuracy model, and then I can print and see that. Then this part, this is very important actually. This part I have used to get that predicted value out of this code into the Java project, into the servlet. So when a sentiment is passed, then through the model it will be analyzed and predict if it is negative or positive, so that value will be returned to that Java code. So now let's execute the project. Okay, this is the web application I have created. Here you can see sample comments, so I can add a comment here. So basically what this this project is doing, when a customer is typed a comment, the system will check whether it is positive or negative. If it is positive, only it will display under comment list, otherwise it will give a message to the user, your comment will be reviewed, and then if the comment is negative, it will not be displayed in the comments list. So this is analyzing through that model trend. So now I will use sample comment here I will type name, then sample comment. So now I clicked that comment button, so it will take few minutes because it is calling to that Python code and training the model, and then through the model, by accessing the trained model, it will give the output. So until then, let's see whether it is distributed. So here you can see Spark jobs. So here, since this thank you for sending more details is a positive comment, it is displayed under comment list, displayed in the web page. So now let's add kind of a negative comment, here, this one, and you see you can see the Spark jobs here. Okay, since it is a negative comment, it will not be displayed under comments. It will give the user a message, your message is under review. So that is how my project runs. So I will execute my project using terminal as well, using Python 3. This is the project, the Python code. I'm going to execute the Python code, this one. It is inside my NetBeans project, so this is my Python code. So this one is the comment, so I will pass it and execute this Python code. So now let's see the parts I have explained, how they are working, the data frames, the use of data frames. Here you can see the outputs. I will go through one by one. Okay, so let's start from this. It gives 1 as the final output, so this value will be sent back to the Java code, where this comment user input is a positive comment, so the prediction is 1, so 1 will be returned back to the Java code. Now let's see here. This is the data frame when the CSV file is read and converted into a data frame. So here it shows only 3 rows because I have limited it in the command here. So this is the selected 2 columns, text and the sentiment, the user's comment and the sentiment. Here you can see in the original data set it is in negative, positive, it is in text. So then I have pre-processed the data in the data frame. I have replaced it using these numbers, the integers. So here you can see the pre-processed data frame, and this is to see the structure of the data frame. So now you can see this one is integer, where I have converted this. Then this is the output of taking the comments in words, where it is used tokenizing, the tokenizer here you can see. And then this one is to take the features in values. So after removing the stop words, so these are the list of meaningful words. This is the data frame containing the meaning with the meaningful words. So here after prediction you can see the accuracy of the model 0.89. So this is the comment that the user is passed. Now here you can see the final output is positive comment. Okay, so these are the references I used to implement my project. So that is the end of my demonstration. Thank you.